Welcome back to Fool Us, where playing cards are never used for blackjack. Let's see if a Fool Us trophy is in the cards for our next magician.
When my son Matthew was 1 year old, he was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, and that opens up your eyes quite a bit. 10 years later, he's doing great, but I still try to use my magic to help raise money and spread awareness of type 1 diabetes through different foundations.
Oh my God!
People ask me if I can support a family of 4 on a magician's salary. Well, they don't say it like that. They say, "Oh, you're a magician. Do you have a real job?" And I do have a real job. I'm in show business.
Come on!
Magic is the show, and marketing is my business. Magic and marketing have a lot in common. In both cases, I'm using psychology to try to get people to do what I want. Tonight, I'm going to be using a very powerful psychological technique. Let's see if it works on Penn Teller.
Joined by Penn Teller, here's David Corsaro.
Thank you. You know, as a magician, I am constantly looking for new ways to influence what people say and what they do. And recently, my research has led me to, you guessed it, Ivan Pavlov. Now, hopefully, for some of you, that name rings a bell. Let me explain. If you believe the saying that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, then Ivan Pavlov was one of the greatest magic teachers of all time, because he discovered that you could train a dog to salivate just by ringing a bell. That's right. Every time he rang a bell, his dog drooled. So tonight, I'm going to try to apply that same scientific technique to the Great Danes of magic, Penn and Teller. But not to make you drool, but hopefully to make you fool. Let me explain. As part of my journey to try to fool Penn and Teller, I decided to study all of the foolers from the past and see if there was a common denominator of things that successfully fooled Penn and Teller and things that didn't fool them. I even went back and watched all of the past episodes of Fool Us and made a list of the words and phrases that Penn had used most often every time he was describing a successful fooler. Now, you can see the words come in all different shapes and sizes. Good, creative, confident, comfortable, smart, strong, powerful, cool, clever, unique, exciting. I even put the word that Teller used most often. So Penn, Teller, Allison, if the three of you would please indulge me for a moment, just pick the word that you think all successful foolers should be. Penn, what do you think?
Powerful.
Powerful. Powerful. Okay. Teller, you want to just point to one? Clever? Powerful and clever? Allison?
Can I point to Teller's word?
You can point to Teller's word. Do you want to just do a Teller's word?
I'll do creative.
It's up to you. Okay. Powerful, clever, and creative. Yes? Powerful, clever, and creative. Perfect. Let me just actually erase all of these words so that nobody changes their mind or gets confused or anything like that. A little David Corsaro subliminal messaging doesn't hurt either. But see, there's actually another message that you created. There's a message hidden inside this deck of cards. Let me spell it out for you. Literally. Your word was powerful. P-O-W-E-R-F-U-L. Your word was clever. C-L-E-V-E-R. And your word was?
Creative.
Creative. C-R-E-A-T-I-V-E. Now, I should point out, this is not a card trick, because this is not a regular deck of cards. This deck of cards actually contains the names of everybody who's ever fooled Penn and Teller. We've got Paul Gertner, Boris Wilde, Chris Capehart, Helen Coghlan, David Roth, Helen Coghlan again, Helen Coghlan, well, she's in here a lot, Sean Farquhar. But after doing all that and spelling those names out, we have all the people who have fooled Penn and Teller. And after we used the attributes that you selected, we ended up on this person. Not this one, who was Doc Dixon, but this one. And if all of my Pavlovian tomfoolery worked, hopefully we can add my name, David Corsaro, to the list. Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
David Corsaro, everyone!
Thank you so much.
That was so
Thank you
good.
very much. I appreciate it.
What does it mean to you to be here tonight?
I wanted to just come out here with something fun and also something that sort of pays homage to all the past Foolers.
Definitely. And have you really watched every single episode?
I did. I literally transcribed every single thing Penn had said and kept a tally sheet of everything. If you ever want some of your statistics as well, I might have those as well.
I certainly don't.
I'm just...
I think the easier the trick is, the harder it is for them to figure out because they are so smart that they go to like, okay, so they moved the planet and they did and the history and then they're like, no, it was my watch.
Yeah. Planet moving was one of the ways I was going to consider doing this. But I would actually agree with you that if the method behind your trick is extraordinarily clever, then you almost have to come up with another way to maybe perhaps lead them down that path.
All right, David, let's see if your Pavlovian techniques earned you a trophy.
Hey, David.
Hello.
Nice trick.
Thank you.
I like Pavlovian ideas. That's very good. You've always got our attention. We do a joke about Helen Coughlin fooling us all the time. In another 2 seasons, you'll be able to do that whole trick with just her name.
Just her name, yeah.
Yeah, nobody else's name. Really, really good. We did not see you doing any card moves at all. We were burning you. Absolutely burning you, and we didn't see any seconds or bottoms or anything going on there. So we had to go down another road, which is that list of words that so nicely spells out your name when erasing. We couldn't help but notice that many of those have the same number of letters. And we think maybe you got a little bit lucky. Like I picked a longer word, then Teller picked a medium word, and then you were right there for Allison. And that maybe if Teller had picked a longer word too, you would have had to push Allison onto one of the shorter words. But I think it all went really smoothly. We all came out kind of in the middle. We didn't have time to work out the number of letters on everything, but we think that the trick is not in the card handling, but rather in the psychological handling of the words there. Do you want more? Are we close enough? Do you think that we've got the basic idea?
David, does he know how you did your trick?
He doesn't know how I did the trick.
It's not in the words at all.
It's not in the words at all.
Don't bust me in the specifics. It's not in the number of, it's in the card handling. We start ringing the bell.
Yay!
Start ringing the bell. Start ringing the bell. Goodness gracious.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Oh, my goodness.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
David Corsaro. Penn Teller just got dunked on. We'll give them a timeout to adjust their game plan. Come back for more Fool Us.